Trust me, there are so many incredible stories that I just can't resist sharing with you all when it comes to this country. And for this one, we cover a covert organization. Nothing like I've ever seen before. This is wilder than Gaza on paper, but for this crew...
Me say one link TV vlog. From here the sound you don't know it's the voice of Jade Caprice representing for One Link TV vlogs. Hear me I say subscribe to the channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend say never stop like, comment and share. You hear that?
Wagwan me peeps. One Link TV vlogs back with another topic. So you know, in the morning I have a very important topic I really want to touch upon with you guys. So if you're here for the first time, feel free to leave a like on this video. It also helps the algorithm to send out the video to a wider audience. And you also can follow me on Instagram at onelinktvlogs@gmail.com. So you know, I'm not afraid to give you guys the news, the reviews and the updates and what going in the country and about. So make we jump into the topic right away. So people, I see where them all on pass squash, right? In a United States of America, right? And them decide say, yeah, them are going to dip him, right? But what you guys feel or what you guys think? Do you guys feel if squash return back to Jamaica? Do you guys feel like him are going to live in a peace and safety? I want you guys to leave it down in the comment section so we can discuss that topic some other time. So people, I have a video I want to share with you guys. So I want you guys to watch the entire video so you guys can get a full understanding about the G City gang. So listen up.
To Jamaica once again. Trust me, there are so many incredible stories that I just can't resist sharing with you all when it comes to this country. And for this one, we cover a covert organization. Nothing like I've ever seen before. This is wilder than Gaza on paper, but for this crew, it was one man doing all the damage. But wait, before we get into it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. So let's get into it. Dancehall fans will be familiar with the G City gang from music produced by the Six Group led by entertainer Squash. The gang is less known but just as murderous. They're reportedly affiliated with strong dancehall ties. G City is linked to several crimes in the past years, including a triple murder in Rose Heights, believed to be carried out against the G City gang, where a feud between the G City gang and the Bad Breed gang took root. Fredman, Squash's right hand of G City, clashed with Marvin Brown, known as Ramos, based in Atlanta, Georgia. Their rivalry festered and spread across borders, infiltrating the streets of Florida.
Yeah, go on. Make sure you're ready for when I'm ready for now, yeah?
In the dark underbelly of Rose Heights, Montego Bay, the infamous Jamin and his associate Fredman were on the run. Their escape was fueled by a haunting murder that had claimed the life of J-Man's girlfriend, Tony N. Two Fly Reed, after she became a victim in the ruthless triple murder. She was an innocent soul caught in the crossfire of their twisted games. The hit was supposedly placed by the Bad Breed gang, who were relentless and well-known. Jamin and Fredman knew they were marked men now, and they knew Jamaica was no longer safe for them. Fredman and Jamin managed to slip away from the clutches of Rose Heights. How they escaped Jamaica remained a mystery, whether they navigated treacherous waters by boat or ventured through the perilous Mexican border. Yet fate led them to the sun-drenched streets of Miami, where shadows concealed their presence, and Squash and his G City goons awaited their arrival. Miami, Florida. Welcome to a world of towering buildings, luxurious cars, and stunning women. Jamin and Fredman find themselves in awe of this dreamlike city, partying in South Beach at night and seeking shelter during the day. But soon, they realize that their Jamaican money doesn't stretch far in the expensive metropolis. Utilizing their connections in G City, Jamin and Fredman re-enter the world of organized crime, forming an alliance with the one and only Squash himself. Squash, setting up base on the outskirts of Miami, embarks on expanding their criminal empire, strengthening their network, and gaining new clients. Initially, they aim to avoid trouble, but it becomes evident that conflict and chaos are inevitable on their path. Through Instagram live streams, they flaunt their wealth, weapons, and women, a dangerous and thrilling affiliation with Squash, the mafia figure at the helm.
Active enough? Check out the lifestyle. Check me out.
Despite their formidable reputation in Jamaica, Jamin and Fredman remain relatively unknown in the criminal underworld of Miami. This makes them prime targets for those seeking to test their mettle. On a fateful day, Squash finds himself in a high-stakes drug deal in Lauderhill, Florida, involving a potent substance known as cocaine. Little does he know that this transaction will lead to a series of harrowing events, fueled by suspicion and the searing pain of bullets piercing flesh. Squash becomes convinced that a man named Muscle Man orchestrated the failed exchange, as he spotted Muscle Man's car and marking him for death. Like peanut butter and jelly, Muscle Man, former military soldier, a reputed hitman, and a contract killer with a notorious history in the States. And then there was Fordlod, the reputed gang leader of the mobster gang. These two men, seemingly inseparable, shared an unholy alliance. Fordlod, the puppeteer pulling the strings, and Muscle Man, the unwavering force at his side, tasked with executing the Don's bidding. What made Muscle Man a dangerous wildcard was his intricate network of connections. Muscle Man, an enigma of loyalty, harbored connections to Squash, Jamin, and Fredman, links forged in the crucible of their dark enterprises. However, in the treacherous underworld they inhabited, Muscle Man remained a hired gun, not for Squash alone. He swore his blood only to Fordlod, prepared to lay down his life at the Don's command. His web of alliances extended further, to the notorious Bad Breed Gang and Ramos, who were fierce enemies of Squash and the G-City Gang. To uncover the truth, one had to rewind the clock to that fateful Monday, beginning of the week. Squash embarked on a perilous cocaine transaction, accompanied by a trusted companion. The rendezvous turned awry, punctuated by the showering pain of bullets that hit his hand and grazed his neck. Squash, wounded and fueled by suspicions, believed that Muscle Man had made the failed hit. 2 days later, Wednesday arrived, and Fordlod, unaware of the brewing storm, ventured forth to meet Fredman Squash's right hand. Oblivious to the intricate details, he sought solace and resolution. Unbeknownst to Fordlod, it was Muscle Man's vehicle that had been spotted at the heart of the failed hit, stirring the winds of vengeance. The G-City Gang cunningly exploited this situation, employing their street-smart tactics to maintain an air of ignorance while discreetly withholding any knowledge of Squash's whereabouts. They knew better than to reveal their suspicions or discuss the mysterious circumstances surrounding his disappearance. In the dark underbelly of their criminal world, silence was a survival tactic, and the G-City Gang played their cards close to the chest, carefully maneuvering through the treacherous maze of secrets and betrayals. Fordlod did not expect anything to happen. Well, little do he know that the G-City Gang had followed him all the to Blueberry Hill condos, nestled near the intersection of Northwest 56th Avenue and Oakland Park Boulevard, Muscle Man's territory. In the midst of their friendly chat, Muscle Man and Fordlod had no idea that their world was about to be shattered. The silence was abruptly shattered by the deafening roar of an engine, a black car hurtling with menacing speed. Inside the vehicle, Jamin and the G-City Gang, individuals driven by anger and malice, prepared to unleash chaos. Armed to the teeth with rifles and machine guns, they transformed into an unstoppable force reminiscent of a Navy SEAL team. But this fleeting respite quickly dissolved into a crescendo of suspense as Squash's crew emerged from the shadows. Tension crackled in the air as greetings were exchanged, disguising the imminent storm that loomed over the unsuspecting gathering. J-Man, with an air of familiarity, engaged in a fleeting conversation with the deceased, their words veiled in mystery. Little did they know, 3 shadowy figures emerged from a vehicle, their intentions hidden until it was too late. In a heart-stopping crescendo, chaos erupted as a barrage of gunfire tore through the once jovial atmosphere. The crackling of bullets shattered the tranquility, sending shockwaves through the gathering. A fatal shot found its mark, piercing directly into the head of one unfortunate soul who stood alongside J-Man, staining the scene with crimson horror. J-Man, momentarily stunned, found himself crumpling to the ground, a fleeting glimpse of vulnerability. But in the face of danger, resilience surged through his veins, propelling him forward. With determination fueling his every move, he rose from the blood-soaked ground, his survival instincts taking hold. A blood trail, a silent testament to J-Man's desperate flight, marked his path as he raced toward the refuge of his vehicle and escaped only to drive to a nearby hospital where he ended up in critical condition, but later recovered. In a sinister plot, Squash devised a plan to eliminate not just one, but 3 targets in a single strike. Whispers of his intentions circulated, claiming that he aimed to backdoor Jamin and take down Muscleman and Fordlawd along the way. Squash perceived Jamin's connection to Fordlawd as a vulnerability, exploiting it by using him as bait. With calculated precision, he orchestrated a treacherous scenario, luring Jamin out of the car to greet his unsuspecting friends. As Jamin stepped forward, an eerie silence descended, shattered in an instant by the thunderous eruption of gunfire. Squash and his G-City cohorts unleashed a barrage of bullets, their deadly aim leaving devastation in its wake. 2 lives were tragically extinguished, and Jamin, wounded but not defeated, bore the scars of their ruthless attack. The pieces of this twisted puzzle slowly fell into place as the police meticulously dissected the surveillance footage. A hospital report sparked their attention, revealing a wounded man seeking medical aid for a gunshot wound to the neck. Their suspicions ignited, drawing them closer to the truth. With mounting evidence, the authorities pieced together the puzzle, placing J-Man at the heart of the deadly gathering. The digital realm bridged the gap, connecting an Instagram account to the figure captured on the surveillance tape. The clothes worn by J-Man further solidified the connection, tightening the noose of suspicion. In a pivotal moment, a DNA test linked J-Man to the bloodshed, sealing his fate within the dark web of the investigation. Whispers from informants painted a chilling portrait, placing Squash, Freeman, and J-Man at the scene of the heinous crime. Muscleman and Fordlawd, their lives extinguished in a web of revenge. Behind the scenes, whispers of a hired gun and a tumultuous drug deal painted a picture of a world teetering on the edge of chaos. A distorted voice note, a chilling testament to the danger that loomed, echoed through the realm of social media, threatening Squash's very existence. As the shadows deepened and the truth revealed its wicked face, the stage was set for a showdown of epic proportions. Lives hung in the balance, and the dancehall entertainer Squash took to Instagram to defy the forces that sought to snuff out his light.
Yes, I'm get shot. Yes, I'm dead. Me and alter party. See them well and alive, my friend.
As word spreads about Squash, the Sixth Boss, and the G-City gang's presence in Miami, their arrival signals the beginning of a hostile takeover. Yet lurking in the shadows, law enforcement sets its sights on them. ICE, the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency, moves quietly and swiftly, waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike. Their chance comes during Squash's routine visit to a barbershop, where they have him cornered. Unbeknownst to them, a recent immigration bill signed by Florida's governor, Ron DeSantis, has empowered ICE to intensify its investigations. Originally aimed at targeting the Latino community crossing the nearby border, the bill's reach extends beyond expectations. Jamaican nationals like Squash and his crew find themselves under scrutiny. ICE focuses on public transportation, public spaces, and workplaces where individuals lack proper documentation. There's no slipping through the cracks. They are everywhere. The unsuspecting Squash reclines in the glorious throne of a barber's chair. Little does he know, the atmosphere crackles with an impending storm, poised to unleash chaos upon his carefree existence. Another goon and Fredman sat outside the location sharing the confines of a motor vehicle, carrying a cache of weapons, an arsenal of 3 rifles and 2 handguns. The room became a pressure cooker of tension, the air thick with the unmistakable scent of impending peril. As the symphony of scissors and clippers reached its end, the authorities drew down on Squash as an invisible force. With a deft maneuver, Squash found himself caught in the iron grip of the law, his once wild and unruly spirit now subdued under the weight of unforeseen circumstances. Handcuffed and bewildered, he could only watch as the goon and Fredman's fate unraveled alongside his own. Little did they know, whilst they were out there flossing and going live with your heavy artilleries, ICE was working quietly and silently behind the scene, just wait in for the right time. His best bet was to leave the state of Florida and relocate, but surviving a return to Jamaica won't be easy. Enemies and rival gangs are after Squash, eager to settle their scores. A chilling voice note reveals the deadly danger he would face upon his arrival. Let's imagine for a moment that Squash is sent back to Jamaica. In Jamaica, he faces 8 murder charges that are still pending. Just a few months ago, the Jamaican Prime Minister and the Commissioner of Police, Anthony Anderson, visited the United States and openly stated their collaboration with American authorities. They are actively investigating various criminals who escaped Jamaica and are currently causing trouble abroad, which is having a detrimental impact on Jamaica.
If you guys has make it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. It is a very important story. So people, remember now, if you like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the post notification bell so you know as me post a new video, you guys can be the first. Get notified. One Link TV vlogs checking out. Peace out. Catch up with you guys in our next vlogs.